Good day, everyone. I am Justin John Lloyd Militante, and our topic is about principles and considerations in organic livestock production. In this presentation, I will explain how we can raise animals in a more natural, safe, and environment-friendly way. We will also understand why it is important to take care not only of the animals but also of the soil and the surroundings. Farming is not just about producing food, it is also about protecting nature and making sure that our farming practices are safe for people, animals, and the environment. So, for our objectives, we want to understand the basic ideas and principles of organic livestock farming. We also learn how animals and plants work together on a farm. For example, animal manure can be used as fertilizer for plants, and plants can also be used as food for animals. Aside from that, we will learn how farmers can slowly change from traditional farming to organic farming in a practical and step-by-step process without making sudden changes. General principle of organic livestock production. Organic livestock farming focuses on keeping the environment, animals, and the soil healthy. Animals are treated as part of the whole farm system, not separate. Farmers take care of the animals' health and allow them to show their natural behavior. In the system, soil, crops, and animals are all connected and help each other. This is different from conventional farming, which often depends on outside inputs and is not closely connected to nature. Organic farming uses natural processes to keep the farm balanced and sustainable. In organic farming, everything should be healthy and balanced. This includes the animals and the soil and the environment. Animals are not treated as separate from the farm. Instead, they are part of the complete system where everything is connected. For example, the waste of animals becomes fertilizer that helps plants grow, and those plants become food for animals. Because of this natural cycle, the farm becomes more sustainable, meaning it can continue to grow and produce without harming nature. Rule of livestock in organic production. Animals are important in organic farming because they help the farm work naturally. They give manure that adds nutrients to the soil and help crops grow. Animals and crops support each other to keep the farm healthy. Unlike modern farms that use a lot of energy and chemicals, organic farms use animals to improve the whole system. Animals play a very important role in organic farming. They help improve soil quality through their manure, which serve as a natural fertilizer. This helps crops grow better without the need for chemical fertilizer. For example, cow manure can be used to enrich soil, making it more fertile and sustainable for planting crops. In simple terms, animals help each other to support farming system and make it more productive in a natural way. Here are 3 examples of how animals and crops help each other in organic farming. First, rice farms with ducks, fish, and azolla to support growth. Second, free-range chickens that fertilize fields, eat insects, and control weeds. Rice husks and hull used for pig weed and bedding, which later adds nutrients to the soil. There are many simple and practical examples of how animals and crops help each other. For example, ducks in rice fields eat insects and pests that can damage crops. Because of this, farmers do not need to use harmful pesticides. Chickens can also help by eating insects, loosening the soil, and leaving manure that improves the soil fertility. These natural interactions help maintain a healthy farm without relying on chemicals. Animal welfare and organic production. Organic livestock farming focuses on caring for animals, crops, and the environment. It respects animals as living beings and aims to protect their basic needs, called the 5 freedoms, which is the freedom from hunger and thirst, freedom from fear and stress, freedom from discomfort, freedom from pain and disease, and freedom to act naturally. In organic farming, animals must be treated with care, respect, and kindness. Farmers should make sure that animals are not hungry, not thirsty, not sick, and not under stress or fear. For example, animals should not be kept in small or crowded spaces. They should have enough room to move freely and behave naturally, such as walking, grazing, or resting comfortably. Animals should have clean water that is easy to reach, healthy and balanced food, safe and comfortable shelter, space to move freely with access to pasture or open areas, gentle and humane care, transport, and slaughter. Animals have basic needs that must always be provided. They need clean and accessible water, healthy and balanced food, and safe and comfortable shelter. For example, chickens should have a clean and dry place to stay, with enough space to move around. Animals should also be handled gently and properly so that they do not feel stressed or harmed. To follow organic principles, farmers should plan the farm with different plants for feed, medicine, shade, and wind protection. Build shelters that can be permanent or movable. Keep the right number of animals for health, not just maximum production. Learn how to make balanced feeds from available materials or work with other farmers. Reduce animal stress with proper care and management to keep them healthy and productive. Farmers have a big responsibility in maintaining the health and well-being of their animals. They should plan the farm carefully, provide proper food, and ensure that animals have enough space. For example, if too many animals are placed in one area, they have become stressed and more likely to get sick. So farmers must manage their farm properly to keep everything balanced and healthy. Animal health and organic production. Organic livestock farming is growing worldwide and does not use chemical medicines or antibiotics to prevent diseases. Farmers focus on keeping animals healthy and treat sick ones with natural medicines and supplements. Even though organic farming has improved animal health, it is still hard to replace synthetic medicines, and especially in the Philippines where most farms are still like factories using high protein feeds and additives and medicines. In organic farming, farmers try to avoid using too many chemicals and antibiotics. Instead, they focus on preventing diseases by maintaining good hygiene, proper nutrition, and clean environment. For example, if animals are given clean water, proper food, and clean living space, they are less likely to get sick. Prevention is always better than treatment in organic farming. Herbal products. Research on herbs used as feed supplements or medicine has led to herbal products for keeping animals healthy and improving production in both conventional and organic farms. These products are not always available, so farmers often make their own on the farm. This can help improve farming skills, but it can also be extra work. Ideally, farmers should have the choice to buy or make these products. Herbal products are used as natural alternatives to chemical medicines. This can help improve the health of animals and treat simple illnesses. For example, garlic can help fight infections and ginger can help with breathing problems. Some farmers prepare these herbal medicines themselves, although it may require additional time and effort. Ethnic veterinary medicine practices. Traditional veterinary medicine has been used in Asia for thousands of years in the Philippines. This knowledge is useful for organic farmers, especially when commercial herbal medicines are not available. Traditional or local practices are still very useful in organic farming. In the Philippines, many farmers use knowledge passed down from older generations. For example, guava leaves can be used to clean wounds and lagundi leaves can help treat cough. These traditional methods are helpful, especially when modern medicines are not available. So, shall I call on Miss Rizal Jane Persilio to continue the discussion?
Hello everyone! I am the next reporter. So before that, I will introduce myself. My name is Rizal Jane Y. Persilio. So my topic is all about fermented plant juice production. In the Philippines, making fermented plant juice on the farm has been shown to work well, though some can be broth ready-made. So, sa Pilipinas, makabuhat kita og fermented fruit juice. Lagi fermented fruit juice sa Pilipinas. Pero, ang uban is both ready-made. Nakakuha na gyud. Nabitay, nakabuhat na. IMO or indigenous microorganism. made from microorganism found in a bamboo and forest soil. So, ang microorganism is gikan ang uban makita nato siya sa bamboos and forest soil ang microorganism. Then, grown in steamed rice and fermented with sugar or molasses. So, grown in steamed rice. So, makita po nato siya sa kaning steam bitaw sa rice ang fermented with sugar or molasses. Then, it helps breaks down materials and control harmful microorganisms. So, makatabang food break down materials and control harmful microorganisms. So, makontrol ra ang microorganism. FPJ, so fermented plant juice. Made from the liquid and chlorophyll of plants, fermented with sugar and molasses to extra nutrients. So, FPJ is made from the liquid. So, ano bitaw liquid dayon chlorophyll of plants. Which bitaw kaning gi-combine para makabuhat og fermented plant juice. Uses green leafy plants and young shoots such as kangkong, pumpkin leaves, or kalabasa, young banana shoots or bamboo shoots, or labong. Kanang gipanggamit nila ang kanang kangkong, pumpkin leaves, banana, o uban pa para makabuhat og fermented plant juice. Next is FFG or fermented fruit juice. First is add nutrients to plant, especially potassium. So naagit ta dapat kini bitaw ibutang sa ato ang tanom para bitaw siya para ma-improve pa to ang plants. Dayon, second is helps animal digestion. So, kanang fermented fruit juice is makatabang gina siya sa pag-digest sa kaning bitang ginahon sa animal or dili bitaw ka sa kalibang. So, makatabang kayo ang fermented fruit juice. Pininyo sila paimnon para makadigest lang. So, next is strengthen crops against diseases and insect. So, kanipod siya makatabang po niya siya sa pag-control sa mga diseases o insect para dili bitaw kayo siya dili kay daot ang atong yield dayon dili po ka siya dubukon og insects. Then insects man gyud ang pinakasinugdanan mao nang disease ang ato ang yield. Fourth is act like a natural hormone to speed up the plant. So next is FAA or fish amino acid, made from fish parts like entrails, guts, and gills. Sometimes with golden apple snails or alcohol for extra nitrogen. So ang fish amino acid is bisan unsa nga mga waste sa isda na kuhol for extra nitrogen. So next is OHN or Oriental Herbal Nutrient. So made from common oriental plants like garlic or antibiotic parasite control, ginger or helps breathing, chili or improve blood circulation, and neem seeds for pest control. So naay mga lain-lain nga mga kining lain-lain sila nga mga purpose para makatabang sa usa ka plant usa ka kaning kuan. Rito mabuhat kani herbal in another term. So na sila lain-lain nga mga kinibitang purpose para makatabang, antibiotic, parasite control. So daghan kay diba helps breathing ang ginger. actually improves blood circulation. So next is helps strengthen the immune system of plants and animals and control crawling pests. Next is calcium or calcium phosphate, made from bones and meat boiled to remove fat. Grabe no? Para makabuhat ta og calcium phosphate or calcium is gikuan siya daan, gikan siya sa bones and meats. Dayon bukalan to remove fats or makuha to iyang fats, bulad, dayon until sa makuan siya itom. Dayon, mix with coconut vinegar and left to ferment. So, grabe no, gimixan pa yun siya coconut vinegar, suka, nagamit ang coconut. Then, lactic acid bacteria serum, made from rice water, brown sugar, and fresh milk. So, kani siya is maka-improve siya sa soil quality ang kaning lactic acid bacteria serum. Then reduce bad smells in animal area. So makatabang po siya sa kaning bitang mga bitaw kag anso ang ato ang farm, like pre ng kanding, makatabang po ni siya. Then helps with plants and animals health. So makatabang po ni siya sa health sa ato ang hayop. So next is animal nutrition and organic production. Animals should eat food that is fit their needs. So dapat kanabitaw ilag yung kanon nun. Dapat katubig ilahang kanon fits their needs. So cows and goats need enough roughage and balanced diet, not just concentrated feed, because too much concentrated can hurt their stomach. So, dili po day dapat magpalabi bitaw o kinikuan o gan kay makadaot pod. A balanced diet also means using healthy plants to grow and a good soil. So, balanced diet means using healthy plants grown in a good soil. So, kanang makadiet ang ato ang makadiet ang ato ang hayop, kay also kuan siya kaning makatabang po sa ato ang soil. Farmers should try different types of feed besides corn and soy. So dapat ang atong animals dapat bitaw nga lawgan nato sila in natural dayon balance ra pod, hindi ko na sobra kaayo, di ko lang gamay ra pud kayo, dapat just right. Next, example of feed source: root crops. Ang root crops is turnip, sweet potato, cassava. Ikan sila sa ilalim sa yuta. Then, sunod is nitrogen-fixing crops: Flamandra, Indigofera, Desmodium, Tritanchera, Galantea. Then, from the sea is seaweed, Algaea. Then, minerals and vitamins. So, makakuha sila ang mga vitamins rin. Alagbati, kangkong, kamuti, tops, talinum, malunggay. Then, for the medicinal plants, so makatabang sila para na sila mga medicinal, like banaba, bayabas, kaimito, lagunti, lemongrass, oregano, og sambong. So makatabang makaong gini sa ato ang hayop. Breeds and breeding. So for breeds and breeding is for organic farms, choose animals that produce well. Also look for animals that are strong, healthy, and good mothers, resist disease, and can eat local plants. In the Philippines, farmers can use native animals and improve them by breeding or mixing with high production breeds. So, choose animals that are healthy, strong, and disease resistant. Dapat mapili tayo mga ning hayop na kuan pero dili man pa siguro na tumalikayan no nga makapili gid ta og hayop nga kining masakiton pero narapan na sa pag-alaga sa tuwang hayop. The native animals can be improved by crossbreeding. So pwede na po siya mapadaghan nato by crossbreeding. Sila lahi na sila og mga breeds. Then next is good breeding, better production. So ato lang gimaingon is pag good ang ato ang kaning pag-breeding is nindot siya tao production. Next is converting to organic livestock production. Starting organic farming takes time to change the land and animals. So dugay kita pag mag-prepare ta, dugay jud ta kuan bitaw kuha o nga makausab ta sa lands. Then the farm should stay healthy and raise animals naturally from birth. So dapat bitaw mapadako nato nga healthy ang ato ang hayop gikan sa pagpanganak. Dapat ma-raise kinato sila in proper way. After conversion, it should not be depend on regular farming method. Dili lang di dapat naka-depend sa kaning ilan dapat naka-depend ana ang atuang pagbuhi sa mga hayop. Next, as farmers changing to organic should be learn the basic rules of organic farming. So dapat nakabalot ta sa kaning mga rules sa organic farming. Next is know the organic standards and government rules. Dapat nakabalusab ta sa kaning rules sa gobyerno. When it comes in maghuitaw hayop, kaya dapat na siya iwian lang na bisan asa niya walay coral, dili na dapat. Then visit dapat makabalita to. Then next is visit other organic farms and training center. Dapat tapos sa lain kuan nga para po ba mo bitaw makabalo po ta kung sa nila pagbuhi, so makabalo din ta kung pwede na ba ta magbuhi og hayop ha. Then make a plan for short, medium, and long-term goals. Dapat naatay kini mga plano kung ano ba ni siya, short ba, medium, hangtod sa kining plano. Then study the market and price. Yes, also dapat lang yun na mag-study ta kung mahal ba ang dapat pagbaligi na to anak. So dapat diba kung like baka, diba mahal kay ang baka pag kita mo baligya. Dapat nakabalugid ta. Then, change the land first to grow organic feeds. Yes, dapat lang yun na nabito tayo area nga kinibitaw katamnan sa atong ipakaon sa ato ang hayop. Dapat lang yun na maghatag pa og area para sa kanan sa atong hayop. Then next is check the farms and make needed change or housing animals number free range area. Yes, check the farms and needed change. So dapat yung pala housing animal numbers free range areas. So dapat sa animal number pa lang dapat na ay number inyuhang hayop panabitaw para kung makabalo mo kung na ay nawala so dapat na siya numbers. Then learn how to care for animals and feed them properly. So dapat nakabalusab ka kung unsaon mo pag-atinan imuhang hayop. Dayon lawgan nimo sila sa insakto jud. Then, keep records from management and certification. Then, mix and follow and action plans. Dapat nakakuan kita. Nakaplano. And that's all.
To end our presentation, we can say that organic livestock production is a better and more responsible way of farming. It helps us take care of animals properly, protect our environment, and produce healthier food for everyone. It also reminds us that farming is not just about profit, but about balance, care, and respect for life. Even if it's not always easy to practice, every small step forward organic farming already makes a big difference. With the right mindset and continuous learning, farmers can slowly improve their system and create a more sustainable future. Once again, thank you for listening, and we hope you learned something valuable from our presentation.